Last December, 73-year-old Margaret Thompson from Buffalo died in her home. The power went out during a blizzard. She couldn't get help. Her furnace stopped working. By the time neighbors checked on her 3 days later, it was too late. She's not alone. Every major winter storm kills people. And the pattern developing right now could be one of the deadliest in a decade. But here's what makes me angry. Margaret's death was preventable. If she'd had a backup heat source, if neighbors had checked sooner, if she'd called for help earlier, she'd still be alive today. 60 million Americans are about to face similar conditions to what killed Margaret. Multiple snowstorms, dangerous cold, extended power outages. And the difference between survival and tragedy comes down to the choices you make in the next 48 hours. I'm not here to scare you, I'm here to save lives. By the end of this briefing, you'll know exactly how to protect yourself and the people you love. And in 30 seconds, I'll tell you the one phone call you need to make today that could save an elderly relative's life. Then, at minute 5, the real stories from past storms that teach us exactly what not to do. Here's what nobody tells you about winter storms. They don't kill people randomly. They kill the isolated, the unprepared, and the proud. As promised, call your elderly parents, grandparents, or neighbors today, right now. Ask them 3 questions. Do you have heat backup? Do you have food for a week? Does someone check on you daily? If the answer to any of these is no, you need to make a plan. Because when the power goes out at -20 degrees, pride kills faster than the cold. Let me tell you about Tom Chen from Chicago. February 2011. He decided to brave the snowstorm to get to work. "I've driven in snow my whole life," he told his wife. His car got stuck on Lakeshore Drive. He tried to wait it out, ran the engine to stay warm. Exhaust pipe was blocked by snow. Carbon monoxide filled the car. His wife became a widow because he thought he could handle it. Or Lisa Martinez from Richmond. Last winter, 4 inches of snow, which sounds minor, but she had to get her daughter's medication from the pharmacy, slid through a red light, T-boned by another car, spent 3 weeks in the hospital. The medication could have waited 1 day. These are real people, real families, real tragedies, and they all made the same mistake, underestimating winter weather. The pattern setting up right now is more dangerous than what killed Tom or injured Lisa. Way more dangerous. Starting tomorrow morning, 3 separate storm systems will hammer the eastern United States over 7 days. Each one brings its own dangers. Combined, they create a sustained assault that will test millions. Tomorrow, Monday, December 8th. The stealth attack nobody's ready for. Picture this. You're Sarah Kim, a nurse in Raleigh. You have to be at the hospital by 7 a.m. for your shift. You wake up at 5:30, look outside, see a light dusting of snow. No big deal, right? Wrong. By the time you're on Interstate 40, at 6:15, it's coming down hard. 3 inches already. Traffic crawling. Then you see brake lights. Someone spun out ahead. Now you're stopped. More cars pile up behind you. You're trapped. 2 hours later, you're still sitting there. You have a quarter tank of gas. Your phone's at 30% battery. You didn't eat breakfast. You're wearing scrubs, not exactly warm, and the temperature is dropping. This exact scenario is going to happen to thousands of people tomorrow morning. Don't be one of them. The forecast for tomorrow. Greensboro, 3 to 6 inches during morning rush hour. Every highway becomes a parking lot. Raleigh, 2 to 5 inches. Research Triangle Park, where 50,000 people work, will be chaos. Richmond, 5 to 9 inches. Interstate 64 and Interstate 95 both shut down with accidents. Washington, DC, 2 to 4 inches. The Beltway becomes impassable. If you live in these cities and you absolutely must work tomorrow, leave by 5 a.m. before it gets bad. Or better yet, work from home. Because the people who say I can handle a little snow are the ones who end up on the news. But tomorrow is just the beginning. Wednesday brings something worse. Meet the Johnson family from Milwaukee. Dad works at the factory. Mom's a teacher. 2 kids in middle school. Wednesday afternoon. School lets out early because of the snow forecast. But Dad's stuck at work. They won't let anyone leave until the shift ends at 4 p.m. By 4:30, he's on the road. Snow's falling at 3 inches per hour. Winds gusting to 45 miles per hour. He can't see the car in front of him. Takes the wrong exit. Gets disoriented. Ends up on a side road that hasn't been plowed. His phone rings. It's his wife, panicking. "Where are you? The kids are scared. When are you coming home?" He doesn't know. He's lost. The GPS isn't working because the signal's weak, his car is struggling in the deep snow, and it's getting dark. This is Wednesday, December 10th, across the Midwest. Chicago. 6 to 10 inches with blizzard conditions during evening rush hour. Milwaukee. 9 to 15 inches. Thundersnow possible, which means rates of 4 inches per hour. Minneapolis. 8 to 13 inches. Whiteout conditions. Detroit. 7 to 12 inches. Lake effect adds another 6 to 10 overnight. The people who survive Wednesday with minimal stress are the ones who don't try to drive in it, period. Your job will still be there tomorrow. Your errands can wait. Your life cannot be replaced. And then comes the weekend, the one that could break records. Question: do you remember where you were during the blizzard of 78? Or 96? Or 2003? Those were generational storms, the kind people talk about for decades. Saturday, December 13th. Could join that list for the Northeast. Here at Minute 5, the real stories that teach us what not to do. February 2003. The President's Day storm. 27 inches in Boston. I'll tell you about 3 families. The Rodriguez family decided to drive to their daughter's house in Connecticut. We have an SUV with 4-wheel drive. We'll be fine. They made it 30 miles before sliding off Interstate 95 into a ditch. Waited 6 hours for a tow truck. Their 7-year-old grandson was crying, cold, and scared the whole time. We should have stayed home, the grandmother told reporters later. The Cohens stayed home, but their pipes froze and burst because they kept the heat at 60 degrees to save money. $40,000 in water damage. Insurance only covered half because they deemed it preventable. We didn't know, Mrs. Cohen said. Nobody told us to keep it warmer. The O'Brien family did everything right except one thing. Mr. O'Brien was shoveling snow from the driveway. He was 62, slightly overweight, but felt fine. Halfway through, he felt chest pain, thought it was just exertion, kept shoveling, had a massive heart attack, died before the ambulance could reach him through the snow-clogged streets. 3 families, 3 different mistakes, all preventable. This Saturday, the forecast shows Boston, 15 to 25 inches, possibly their biggest December storm in 20 years. Providence, 18 to 30 inches. Coastal flooding adds to the danger. Hartford, 20 to 30 inches. Roads impassable for days. Worcester, 25 to 35 inches. This could be historic. And with the snow comes brutal cold. Saturday night into Sunday morning, single-digit temperatures, wind chills below 0. This is when people like Margaret Thompson die, when the power goes out and there's no backup plan. Let me tell you what an extended power outage in sub-zero weather really means. Hour 1. Annoying. You light some candles. Maybe it's even kind of cozy. Hour 3. House temperature drops to 60 degrees. You put on a sweater. Hour 6. 55 degrees inside. You're wearing 2 sweaters and a coat. Kids are complaining they're cold. Hour 12. 48 degrees. Your breath is visible inside your house. Pipes are starting to freeze. Hour 24. 40 degrees. Hypothermia is now a real risk, especially for elderly people and young children. You're burning furniture in the fireplace if you have one. Hour 48. Pipes have burst. Water everywhere. Even if power comes back, you have thousands in damage. And if you're elderly, disabled, or sick, you might not survive this long at these temperatures. This scenario played out for 200,000 people during the polar vortex in 2014. Some for a week. Your preparation determines your outcome. Here's what you need to do, starting tonight. For yourself, tonight, test your generator if you have one. Stock up on fuel. If you don't have a generator, identify where you'll go if power fails for more than 6 hours. A friend's house? A hotel? A warming center? Buy a battery-powered or hand-crank weather radio. When cell towers fail and your phone dies, this is how you get emergency information. Stock up on medications. Not just a few days. 2 weeks minimum. Pharmacies close. Roads become impassable. Fill your bathtub with water before the storm. If pipes freeze, you'll need water for flushing toilets. For your elderly relatives or neighbors, call them today. Make a specific plan. Who checks on them? How often? What's the backup if they lose power? Make sure they have a phone that doesn't require electricity. Old-fashioned corded phones work when cordless ones don't. Stock their fridge with easy meals that don't require cooking. Put a note on their fridge with emergency numbers. Your cell, neighbors, Local emergency services. If they take medications, help them get refills now. Consider having them stay with you during the worst of it. Pride is not worth dying for. For your kids. Explain the dangers honestly but calmly. Kids need to understand why they can't go play in the snow during a blizzard. Make sure they know what to do if there's an emergency and you can't get to them. Create a communication plan. Where do you meet if separated? Who do they call? Pack an emergency kit in their back room. Flashlight, granola bars, water bottle, warm socks. The stories I've shared aren't meant to terrify you. They're meant to educate you. Because the people who died or got hurt weren't stupid or careless. They just didn't know. They didn't prepare. They thought it won't happen to me. But it can. It does. Every single storm. Let me give you the complete 7-day survival timeline. Sunday night, December 7th. Tonight, complete all shopping. After tonight, stores will be mobbed. Shelves will be empty. Monday morning, December 8th. If you're in Virginia or North Carolina, either leave by 5 a.m. or don't leave at all. Work from home. Call in sick. It's not worth it. Monday afternoon, check on elderly neighbors. Make sure they're stocked up. Get their phone numbers. Tuesday, prepare your home. Insulate pipes. Bring in firewood. Fill gas cans. Charge all devices. Move cars to good positions. Wednesday, Midwest, this is your day. Same rules apply. Don't drive unless absolutely critical. If you must, leave early or wait until Thursday. Thursday, check local forecasts constantly. The weekend storm could shift. You need latest information. Friday, final preparations. Cook food that can be reheated. Do laundry. Take showers. Fill bathtubs. Secure outdoor items. Saturday, Northeast. This is it. Stay inside. Do not drive. Do not shovel if you have cardiac history. Check on neighbors. Monitor weather. Sunday, cold intensifies. Conserve heat. Stay off roads. Continue checking on vulnerable people. The economic cost will be enormous. $20 to $30 billion. But that's just money. The human cost is what keeps me up at night. How many people will die because they didn't prepare? How many will have heart attacks shoveling? How many will crash on icy roads? How many will freeze when power fails? I can't control the weather. I can't stop these storms from coming, but I can give you the information you need to survive them. And here's the truth. Most of you will be fine. You'll lose power for a few hours, maybe a day. You'll be inconvenienced. You'll miss work. Your kids will miss school. But you'll survive. It's the small percentage who won't be fine that I worry about. The elderly woman alone. The stubborn guy who thinks he can drive through anything. The family that didn't stock up. The person who doesn't check on their neighbor. Don't be in that small percentage. Please. Tomorrow I'll update you on overnight model changes. Wednesday, the Midwest forecast with street-level detail. Friday, the final nor'easter call. But more importantly, tomorrow I want you to tell me you made that phone call. You checked on your elderly relative. You made a plan. Share this with everyone you know in affected areas. Tag people on social media. Send it in family group chats. Email it to your parents. Because Margaret Thompson's family wishes someone had warned them. Tom Chen's wife wishes someone had convinced him to stay home. Lisa Martinez wishes someone had told her the medication could wait. You have the power to prevent tragedies in your circle. Use it. Stay safe. Stay home during the storms. And most importantly, check on each other. Winter doesn't care about our plans. But we can care about each other. That's what gets us through. I'll see you tomorrow. Until then, make those phone calls. Have those conversations. Create those plans. Lives depend on it, maybe even yours.